was good, y'all? It's your boy Jess B, and welcome to a whole nother episode. Well, y'all know what it is. It's the Jess B Show. Today, I got a special guest. Let me tell you a little bit about her, man. This might actually make y'all laugh, but it's the 100% truth, and I've been waiting to get her on here to let her know this. But have you ever met a person that made you have to boo boo? Man, let me tell you a little bit about her, y'all. Her name is Kenya Sheats. She's a writer, a celebrity journalist, a speaker, a coach, and an author. She is the shit. And I just want to bring her on to the show with a big ass congratulations. Welcome to the Just Be Show, home girl. What's good with you?
What's good? I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for the intro.
Yeah. Yeah. So, of course, this particular episode is called the 100 Sheets. How many sheets do you really need? You feel me? Now,
I love that.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure they like, hold on. What do you mean she make you go boo boo? So, I just want to talk about your teeth first.
Okay.
Give them a heads up on the tea.
Okay, so what's up, y'all? It's your girl, author Kenya Sheats. My way K, however, the tea lady. Okay, trapper of the year. That's what I'm trying to be. But what I have right here is the Kai Detox tea, y'all, and it does work effectively. It's absolutely amazing. It's all natural. It's a detox tea that's manufactured by Tava Lifestyle, which is a Black-owned, operated, and manufactured health and wellness company that's located in Texas. And I am a distributor here located in Atlanta. And this detox tea, y'all, it's effective. It literally flushes you out. It gets your toxins and your parasites out of your body. It cleanses your colon. It helps you to lose weight, and it gives you amazing energy. And this guy right here was actually blessed, okay, because I made a mistake, and in my fulfillment center and shipping products, and I guess it was just meant to be because he was able to get some free products and he was able to get some tea. Okay, y'all. So he got the honey bulb, the honey gold mask, yes, and he got the Kai Detox tea. And no lie, I was actually up using the restroom when I seen his TikTok video, and I was like, "Yo, he must just had the tea." And he woke up and told me yes, and I'm like, "That means it's working at the end of the day." So I'm excited, but it's definitely good. It doesn't have a taste, and it works. So if you're trying to get rid of that quarantine 15, hit me up.
Yo, y'all heard Miss Kenya right here. Yo, it gets
Yes.
you going, y'all. I was like, oh my Jesus. Well, it woke me up in the
When I
middle of the night.
seen that video, first of all, I love Masego. So you had my song in the background. And then I seen that. I was like, wow, he drank the tea.
Ooh, it told me up. It told me up. But you know what?
You
After I
felt
drank
lighter?
it, yeah, I felt so much better. When I woke up that morning, I was energized and I was like, I felt good the whole day. Like,
Yes.
y'all, oh wait, my stomach was towed back, y'all. Like, ooh. But it
So
wasn't it
yes.
wasn't one of those constant, I wasn't constantly running to the restroom. It was like
Yes.
two or three good ones. And
Yes.
then I was like cleansed. And I was like, oh my God, I needed
But
that,
you don't
y'all.
even realize how much is in you until you release,
Yeah, for real. For real. I was
you
like,
know?
Jesus, God
And it's
bless
an
her
ingredient.
soul.
It's an ingredient in here called the senna leaf, and it acts as a laxative.
Oh, okay.
So
Ooh.
you're gonna get the effect. Like this is a weight loss tea, So
Right.
as far as in cleansing and getting the impurities out, it's going to do that.
Yeah, man, it was
Yes,
good.
sir.
It was good, man. But thank you. I do appreciate it. And
Thank you
yeah,
so
y'all,
much.
she sent the package. What she did was is she sent me my personal copy of my book. So she
Yes.
sent me my book, and then like the next day I got another package, and I just showed you guys the package, and I was like, and somebody checked the mail and was like, "Yo, this is our address, but I think it's like this ain't your name." And I was like, "What?"
Right.
So I look on it, and I seen the like the skin of God, and
Yeah.
I was
Skin
like,
God.
"Yeah, skin God." I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, I think I know who this is." So I looked you up, and then that's when I realized that was the name of the honey bulb.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, I think, and then I texted her, and I was like, "Yo, I think you sent this to the wrong person."
Well, I was creating labels, and I think when I got to her name, I seen an address and just automatically assumed that that's what it was, and not really looking at it and updating that address for her label. So,
Right. Well, yeah,
and then
it
I was
was.
able to get it to her. She hit me up and said she received her product, but I just went ahead. And then you got the cute leopard print eye. You know,
Ooh,
I paid
I'm
for
sexy
sleep
in that
that was
thing
not
too.
yours.
Super sexy in that thing. So again, thank you. Even though it was
Yes.
by accident, thanks for letting me keeping it because I needed it.
Yeah.
I needed it.
Well, are you
Yeah, and I
using it?
still got one left. I only drank one.
Okay, the tea. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Are
So I
you
still
using
got
your
one
honey
left.
bug? Or you
I
can give it
haven't
away on
used
your
it.
show?
Is the brush? Is the brush for? That's how you put it on?
That's how you apply it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. The makeup
So
brush. I was like,
I give you the stirrer, so you dip the stirrers in the bulb, and then that's
oh,
when you know, like a honey pot, and
got you.
then you take the stirrers to put it on the actual brush, and you put it on your face, and it can be anywhere on your skin. Because how I tried my product is actually I had a cyst, and it was very horrible. It felt painful, and
Mm-hmm.
I applied the paste for 48 hours, and my cyst was gone,
Wow, for real?
gone. So
That's a
that's
man.
when I knew I needed to come up with a name, which was Skin God, because literally it was a miracle that it was gone, but also find it in a bulb because it does brighten your skin. It helps to, do away with the dark spots or the blemishes on your face.
Right.
But once I seen that worked, I was like, hey, let's do it. So it's been around for a year now. I'm excited. And I'm only making it because people want it. Somebody bought one
Right.
today and I was like, oh, dope. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna use it today. As soon,
Thank you.
not as soon as we get off, because I got two other interviews today. But I will use it today,
Okay, okay.
and I'm gonna do a whole live putting it on. I'm
Thank
just
you.
be out here fabulous.
Hey, I just want to say that you are a blessing. Like, thank you for giving people like myself an opportunity to come up here and share our story and like literally let our voice be heard, because that's really what I'm about. So to be able to be connected with someone who has that same vision is a blessing, because you don't meet like-minded people. It's like you think they think like you, but until you really meet their character. And I think since I followed you and connect with you, you've been very genuine to who you have been since you introduced yourself. So I just thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, and thank you for being
Yes.
who you are, man. Thank you for never
Thank
giving
you.
up. And I always tell everybody out there, I thank everybody. If you're on a mission, if you're on a mission and you just got a goals that you're striving for, you're an entrepreneur or just a person on a mission. Yo,
Yes.
don't ever stop. And I'm proud of everybody that's out there, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm proud of
Yes.
you, Kenya. You got a dope soul. You got a
Thank
dope
you.
soul, and you made
Thank
me
you.
dig down deep in my soul. Because when it comes to these questions, girl, I hope you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So
That's why
do
I'm
me a
here.
favor and tell them a little bit about your book, 100 Sheets of Kenya.
All right. So, hey, y'all, again, it's your girl, author Kenya Sheets of 100 Sheets, an inspirational memoir expressing God's love through vulnerability. And I was actually with my cousin just before this interview, and we have the same last name, but she didn't understand how profound our last name could be. So I explained it to her, and it's an acronym, Sheets, and it stands for self love, hope, entrepreneurship, anxiety, transformation, and success. And these are the 6 chapters that's in my book, but also the 6 chapters that highlight events in my life. Okay, so I'm breaking down self love, hope, and what it's like to believe in God for, everything, and even using my real life experiences to help navigate you, to help you to see life through my lens, and to give you the tools, okay, and the words to motivate you and to encourage you to keep going and to thrive. And this book, I need to read it for myself in this season. Okay, I know I wrote it, but I need to read it. And I know it has, contagious inspiration. It has 14 days of devotionals. It also has a gratitude journal template, and it does give you a place for you to dream out loud. So it's so much within these 100 sheets, and it's a blessing. Like, it's really a blessing. It's my authentic story. I am a journalist, graduate from Clark Atlanta University. So I have a background from, okay, my CAU, HBCUs, okay. I have a background on sharing everyone else's story. And this book is me finally sharing mine, and it was a healing process because I had to actually take accountability for what I was writing, because it was no longer any research. It was my authentic story. So throughout this process of writing it, I was able to heal, and I was able to overcome things that I have ignored or become numb to for so many years, that this was acknowledgement, and this was healing, and this is, me moving forward to the future. So you're going to
Blessings.
get the good, bad, and the ugly. So
Blessings,
excited.
blessings, blessings,
Yes.
blessings, sis. That's real, man. I love it, and I actually love how you put the book as far as like with the sheets, with self love, the S's in brackets, and that way
Yes.
this particular, part of the book is for that. So I actually position the questions that I'm going to ask you in that order, just like that.
Let's get it.
So let me ask you, audience. Let me ask you one time. Let me ask you one question. If you had to write all of your thoughts down on pieces of paper, how many sheets would it take you? Let me know that. That's one thing I want to know. Sis, if you ready for these questions, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to throw them out there.
Let's
you ready?
Get it.
All right, let's get it.
I'm more than ready because I'm like, what does he have to say?
Let's get it then. So the first particular acronym, the first letter of the acronym is self-love. I always talk about self-love and always continue to love yourself. You have to, or we can't push forward if everything starts with self. So my question is for you is, what is the hardest thing about loving yourself? You.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? You set me up. I think you did. This is a setup. Honestly, y'all, I really believe what was the hardest thing for me was forgiving myself. And that's something that I try to encourage a lot of people to do today, is to forgive themselves and the mistakes and the things that they've done in the past. I know for myself, it was easy for me to project my insecurities on other people. It was easy for me to blame others until it was time for me to take accountability, a responsibility for my actions and the part that I played or the role that I played in other people's lives that resulted to the outcome in my life. So it was hard because a lot of people don't like to look inward. We focus on the outer appearance and we focus on everyone else, and we can use those things as a distraction to keep us from facing our own reality. And it took for me to really literally write down, like I said, this book was my healing process, to really see, to really own, like Bishop says, like my bishop, I reference him a lot in here, is like, you can only get rid of something when you own it. And I think when I was able to own my faults and things, I was able to see that maybe I'm not so bad after all, that you can grow, you can make mistakes. So me being able to forgive myself was very hard because I carried that with me. And I believe certain situations that I went through was a result of me not being my own best friend. You know what I'm saying? And not really loving me to the point where it's like, today I'm like, I got my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to survive. Like, we got this. We got to take care of our health. You know what I'm saying? We got to, be around these kind of people. We got to have these kind of conversations. Like, moving with intentionality today has only become, reality because I've learned how to forgive myself. I learned how to heal, and I learned how to let go and let God.
Yes, that's a blessing. Yeah. Oh, I love that answer. I love your answer. I'm so glad. It's amazing the kind of people, once you learn how to find yourself and learn how to cope with your goods and your bads. That's all a part of learning, y'all. It's a part of the blossom, the flower growing, so to speak. Again, sis, I'm super proud of you. And like I was saying, I feel like it's amazing that we got linked up through Shantae when we jumped on the Conversations with Greatness, which is almost on the way to 2,000 views, by the way. I want to put that out there.
So blessed
and then your book is literally, Sheets is literally about everything that I speak about. So I feel like the connection was genuine, and I love that. But before we move on to the next question, the next portion, there was a couple comments on here. I just want to get them answered.
What they saying?
And Chell says, "How do we get in touch? She want that tea. Ooh, girl.
Get in my DM. Meet me in my inbox. Okay. I know he has me tagged on here. Kenya Sheats. Just DM me and I'm gonna respond right after this. For sure.
Yeah.
I have free samples too. I got free samples and then I got some sample deals. So let me know.
Gotcha. Hashtag Dig says, how does someone get on your podcast to promote? Oh, he talking to me. On your podcast promoter bug. Mine took 68 pages. Hey man, yeah, you can leave a message here. You can jump on my DM, bro. If you're on anything, everything is the Just Be Show. Instagram is the.justbe.show, or you can reach out to me personally on Instagram at I am Just Be. However you want to do it, you can email me at thejustbeshow@gmail.com, bro. Let's get you on, man. I'm always down for it.
Just me. He said he got 68 pages, not 100.
Hey, it's cool. Hey, I can talk about all 68.
I
Hey,
love
man,
it.
saying hashtag Diggs also says, hey, man, sister, accountability is tough for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very true. And especially for the sisters in this society of victimizing themselves. Oh, yeah, that was a hitter right there.
That's
That was
it.
a hitter, man. Big shout out to hashtag Diggs, man. That's real talk.
Thank you.
So with this next particular one, right? Like I said, we're gonna go in the order. So what your next acronym, the H means what?
Hope.
All right. So with that being said, everybody kind of has their own outlook of what hope is. And I want to know what is hope? What does it mean to have hope for you?
Okay. Again, this is an inspirational memoir expressing God's love through vulnerability. So my hope is in the Lord. Like that's what I wanted to take people through a journey, regardless if it was at the top, because we can get stuck at the top. We can get stuck at the mountain and we can get discouraged by the valley when we really learn everything in the valley. Okay. Or we can take what we learn from the mountain to the valley. And that's when we are able to pass that experience to other people, to give them hope, to give them some type of desire that things can happen to me eventually, for things to, for myself. I turned 28 December 29th of last year, but I declared and decreed that this year was going to be my Romans 8:28 year, which is all things is going to work together for my good. So with just that reminder to know that he who promises faithful, I'm really going to include God in this because that's what this book is about. But to know that he's faithful, that's that hope. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the same God. If he did it before, he'll do it again. And
Yes.
I put in my book an example of a friend that I love dearly, that I'm not going to say that he didn't have hope, but how can I say that and also write that he committed suicide? So even in our own time of spiritual warfare, because we got a lot of wars that's going on in ourselves. And then we have the war in our mind, right? And it's about the things that we're listening to. What is the devil, the enemy using people to say to discourage us, and I wanted to just give people that light, to give them that reassurance that it won't be bad always, that there will be good, there will be bad, there will be ups and there'll be downs, but it's about trusting the process and getting through it. So that's
Yes.
what hope is. It's trusting the process and getting through it.
Y'all heard it from Mrs. Sheets here. Or Miss Sheets. You a Mrs. Miss?
I'm team single, please.
Hey, high five. Big shout out to you. And yeah, I read about Coop. I read about
Yes.
him. I read about
Yes.
him. And I mean, shout out to your best friend. Shout out
Thank
to
you.
your best friend. Much love. Real
Thank
talk.
you.
I know how it is to lose a best friend. I was
Yes.
just talking about it in one of my previous interviews. So shout out to you, shout out to him, but more shout outs to you for continuously and using that pain to create the lane.
There's I love how you put that. Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
that's kind of in collaboration with
Thank
Shantae,
you.
y'all. Thank you,
For saying
Shantae.
that. I
But
love
yeah,
it.
that's beautiful, man. That's definitely beautiful for real.
Thank you.
Let me see. Hashtag Dick says, you hit it, sister. Woo! Vulnerability is key. People don't come together through our strong suits. They come together through our admission of weaknesses.
Yes. Amen.
Yes. That was deep. Ooh, okay,
You know what though?
hashtag
But
Dick.
my bishop, in a reference to that, piggyback off of that, my bishop does say like people are only going to, not only going to, there are going to be more people who relate to your pain before your success, because everyone won't be successful.
Yeah.
And it is necessary for us to go through that valley so we can break, because it was at one point, I'm not gonna say that I was a humble, but I was living to a point where I couldn't relate to the people that God was sending me. So it was the unfortunate circumstances, it was the breaking, the tearing, the losing, the isolation, that it was like, where I am weak, he is strong. But at that point it was necessary for me to go through that to be a blessing to other people. So that's why I give hope in my book and my story.
Yes. That was deep. Girl, you deep. You a good interview. I love it. But them questions is coming for sure.
Come
And
on.
to the crowd out there, don't feel like the questions are only for Miss Sheets. You can
Yes.
answer them too. Engage with us. Put it in the comments. If it's a really
Yes.
good one, see, I'm gonna bring it on the screen. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hey, even though I run this show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, yo, I'm still nervous before every single show. But being able to get up on here on this podcast and giving people the audience and the platform to express who they are and what they've been through and what they're going through and how they gonna get there is a blessing in itself. So I do it no matter what. So my sister,
What's up?
what's the E? Tell everybody what the E is.
Entrepreneurship, y'all.
Okay, so let's drop it. So in order in the way that I look at it is being an entrepreneur, going through entrepreneurship, you have to, you got to be outgoing. You got to go out there and get it. You got to get it. You got to get it. But can a person that's an introvert be successful as an entrepreneur? What do you think?
I am a successful introvert.
Oh.
Why? Because that introvertness comes from when I'm asleep. Okay? Let's put it like that. I'm only a successful entrepreneur as an introvert when I'm asleep. Period. Other than that, I'm up and I'm for everybody else. And I believe that that's what it takes to be a brand. It's to be extroverted. It's to be a people person, because at the end of the day, God blesses us through people. Your next blessing or your opportunity is going to come from a person. At the end of the day, regardless if it's coming from an email, somebody had to craft that email. Somebody put it as an automatic reply to come to you. You get what I'm saying? So it's necessary for you to share who you are, share your ideas, to dream out loud, to introduce yourself more than just, hey, I'm Kenya, but hey, I'm Kenya, I'm a self-published author, I'm a writer, or, not to brag or boast, because sometimes we'll dim our light thinking that, I'm making someone else uncomfortable, but you can't be ashamed that you spent your time and your years and your days doing something to accomplish things and someone else didn't. So I think once you can get out your own way of trying to make other people feel good for you being amazing, then you will be able to let your light shine. So to be a successful introvert, people will say yes because I only talk to people that I need to talk to, but you still need to talk to them. And at the same time, don't just leave your success in the hands of people you just only talk to, because it's going to be strangers that's going to bless you. It's going to be people that it just be, hey, I feel like I know him forever, but it has not been that long. You get what I'm saying? And even right now, like, this is awesome. This is dope. So it's just like, I couldn't meet Just Be by being an introvert. I couldn't have met, Shantae as an introvert. Or I could have met both of them, but it wouldn't have been so big or so genuine. It wouldn't have felt like a revival if I just stayed to myself. So some people can say, again, I'm a successful introvert by talking to the people that I know, but I can say I'm an extraordinary successful introvert, yeah, an entrepreneur, because I ignore people when I'm asleep, and then I talk to people and get up and do what I need to do when I'm up. So that's how I see it.
I see you, man. Y'all heard it. Introverts, it's possible. So if you are an introvert, don't think just because you keep everything on the inside, you don't really like to talk to people. You got to do what you got to do, and there are extraordinary,
yes,
and successful
yes,
introverts that's entrepreneurs, y'all. Real talk. Hashtag Diz got a whole lot to say. Let's see what he say. He says, sister, you are not single. You are alone, aka all in one concentrated power.
Marry me. I'm just playing.
He said your other hole is coming.
I love it.
I love it. Big shout out to hashtag Diggs for engaging, y'all. Again, feel free to engage. Answer that question for us, y'all. Put it in the comments. Can a person that is an introvert be successful as an entrepreneur? All right, sis, hit him with the next one. Tell him what A is. Let's get it.
Oh my God, anxiety. And I'm sure everybody can relate to that one.
Ooh, I got a special one for anxiety. Hold on. I got it bookmarked in here while I was reading it. Yeah. So page 25, paragraph 1. It says, oh yeah, go to it. Page 25, very first paragraph. Right under it caught my eye because it's the scripture up there is 2 Timothy 1:7.
Okay.
So it says, you there? It says, I remember driving one night to visit some friends when out of nowhere my heart started racing, my vision became blurred, and I started driving recklessly. At that point, I was in panic mode and I just wanted to make it to my destination safely. However, while on my way there, I ended up cutting through traffic and ran through a red light. I am grateful traffic was at a standstill. Tell us about that night a little bit.
Bro, imagine being in a lane where it's going straight and then imagine that the second lane is going left. Okay. Now imagine a 2001 Isuzu rodeo truck driving through the middle of that space, because that's all I have is going straight and going left. Imagine a rodeo Isuzu 2001 driving through the middle of that, and in the moment of panic, I'm not paying attention to traffic, but I thank God that it wasn't moving. The way that I felt at that moment, it was like an outer body experience. It was like I had no control over the car, and it was like I lost my mind for a split second. That at the point I couldn't be still. It was it was weird for me, and like I mentioned in the book, my grandmother actually passed away while on her route to work. It's an everyday route, but she had a heart attack. So in my mind, that's the first thing that I thought that was happening to me, was I got to be going through this. But that panic triggered us another panic at the same time. And it's like, maybe if I was in one place, it would have been different. But the fact that I was driving and I was maybe hallucinating, or maybe, experiencing something that I've never experienced before, it literally drove me crazy to the point where I put myself and others in jeopardy. But thank God there was no traffic.
Man,
Yeah.
that was woo. I can tell that one kind of yeah. That really caught my eye. That really caught my eye. So I definitely wanted to bring it to an attention, because y'all, anxiety is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's okay to acknowledge it, because if you don't, it'll just
Eat you up.
it'll eat you alive, yo. It'll eat you alive. Like if you have anxiety problems, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to reach out before it's too late. Anxiety leads to depression. 100%. It will tear your ass up. Yes. You know what I mean? It definitely will tear you up, man. So if you're dealing with anxiety or depression or suicidal thoughts, whatever it may be, yo, reach out to somebody. Reach out to Kenya. Reach out to me. Yes. Man, I have a whole list of people that you can reach out to. Don't be afraid to. Don't be afraid to. It's real stuff. And if you want to learn more about it, make sure you go contact my girl Kenya Sheats and buy 100 sheets of Kenya. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful read. It gives a lot of different topics, and within in each little topic has like a little mini story. And you'll be surprised how much she really put in 100 sheets. It's definitely a blessing, man. It was a blessing to me. I learned a lot, sister, and I'm proud of you. I'm glad you answered that as well as you did. I was a little nervous about that one.
At the end of the day, when you tell us to be open, I want to let people understand, stop being so judgmental, because that's the only reason why we're holding things in, because of how we feel other people will portray us. And we know the people we hang around, because we're like, I ain't gonna call him because he gonna say this, I ain't gonna call her because we need to be, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we need to be better with choosing the people we associate ourselves with, if they're gonna make us that uncomfortable that we can't be who we are, like that's necessary. Or if we go deeper into, the anxiety chapter of 100 Sheets, I went to counseling. I said yes to therapy, and that really helped me. And then in that process, I was about to graduate college. I was in a bad relationship. I didn't know what was going to be after college. It was just a lot. My mind running rapid, experiencing, friends and people that I knew passing, it was just so much mentally. And I think at that time, that's when I had a break. It was like a mental breakdown or something. Like it was like I lost it, but it was while I was driving.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the best part about it is, sister, is you grew through it. Now you sitting here as a self-published author, Kenya Sheats, with 100 sheets of Kenya. That's a blessing. You should be very proud of yourself. I was checking out your old pictures and stuff. I was like, look at Kenya. Okay. But from the woman, from the young lady that I was looking at in those pictures to the woman that you became, man, you doing your damn thing, and I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Like no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Hold on. Look, hashtag. Oh, let me throw Queen in there. Queen said, thank y'all both for the shout out. Much appreciate. And I love y'all both like my sister and brother. Oh, Queen, You already know what it is, sis. You already know what it is. Sis, you know how to make sandwiches because I'm a little bit hungry. No, I'm just playing.
Neighbor. Hello, neighbor.
Yeah, that's my buddy, man. I love Queen G. And yeah, you know, she gave us a shout out and we gave her a shout out. But I
Thank
do
you,
want to
love.
thank her again for setting this up. She's introduced me to some amazing people. Some
Yes.
amazing people.
Divine
And
connection.
yo, I love it. I love it. It took me a long time to find my audience. And it's
Yes.
slowly but surely I'm starting to realize what my show been about.
Well, your audience is finding you at the end of the day.
At this, yeah, that's what it's becoming, and I love it, man. It's
Yes.
super dope. So again, I appreciate all of you guys for coming on the show. You guys are super dope, man. All right,
But
can you listen?
Shantae knew. I'm sorry, Shantae knew. She was like, "Look, I need to put you on a platform that's official. Like, I know who to contact." So I'm like, "All
Yeah,
right, I trust you." So yes,
yeah, that's a
thank you.
blessing, man. So Kenya, let's keep it moving. What's the T?
Transformation.
Transformation. I know y'all know about transformation. If you're watching or if you're watching later, do me a favor in the comments. Tell me about that moment in your life when this ain't for you, Kenya. Tell me in that moment in y'all life when y'all had that transformational moment. I want to know. Let us know, man. Let's get it out there. If it's super dope, which all of them are dope because you transformed. Hello.
Hello.
And we can definitely get you on a show and let's talk about it, guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Again,
Yes.
welcome to the Just Be Show. If you're just now jumping on, we're on here interviewing author, and she does everything, y'all. She's the shiznit. Kenya Sheats. This is my girl. This is my partner. This
Thank
particular
you.
one is all about her book, 100 Sheets of Kenya. You can find us on all platforms. Go ahead, give them a quick preview of where they can find you at again, sis.
Yes, so you can follow me at Kenya Sheets. You can visit kenyasheets.com. I'm at the world of Kenya on Instagram. Just Google me, really.
Yeah. Oh, she Googleable. Shantae, you heard that? She Googleable. Hey, I'm
Just
Googleable.
Google me.
Shantae Googleable. We the Googleable triplets.
Hey,
Killing it. I wanted to throw this on there. Not even to toot my own horn, but hashtag Dig said, "Just be you are a soldier on the front line."
hey,
That's a
thank
blessing, brother. That's a real blessing because you know I used to be I never seen myself as a soldier.
you.
I was always in the back, kind of watching, but not doing shit about it, you know. So I thank you for that. That's real stuff. That I really thank you for that. Kia, let me see. Shantae says my transformation happened after homelessness. Yeah,
Sounds
you
like
know,
money.
and yeah, you know, and Shantae always says, create the lane.
Yes,
Let the pain create the lane, yo.
I love that.
That's so real.
Create the
Let
lane.
the pain create the lane. Yeah, Shantae, you right. She Googleable. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we getting it. Let me go ahead and drop this transformation question, y'all. It's pretty deep in my opinion. All right. So the question is, do you believe there is a set number of transformations needed before someone reaches greatness?
Ooh, yes, yes. And you say a set number as an as that, because I mean, if that's the case, then I needed 28 because I'm 28 years old. I needed 28 transformations, but I can't say that because I feel like each there's four seasons that we can identify, but I know that there are more things that God takes us through just by relationships. And the more that we continue to get out and we meet people, the more that we will continue to transform, because either we're going to meet people of who we used to be, who we currently are, or who we're going to be. And I think at that point, you have to recognize who those people are and recognize what is it that the universe, what is it that God is trying to show you, because it's only a mirror. You're only a mirror of who you are and the experiences that you go through. And I believe that those transformations are imperative to your growth to greatness. It propels you, but it only propels you when you can recognize those things, when you can apply. Application is so necessary. It's so necessary. Just even like right now in the time of 2020, my cousin said that today. She was like, why did everybody say 2020 was for vision? And I said, because God is showing us all things. And he is showing us things for us to be able to move forward, because we cannot continue as a country, especially those who do believe in him, to walk in a way that's out of his will. And I believe that we are going through experiences now to help us to transform and to be better people. And we start with being better people when we start being better individuals.
Yeah.
And the more that we can, be great as a person, we can be great together. So that transformation, I can literally say transformation is inevitable. It's like infinity to me. I feel like it's just something that's going to happen. It's necessary, but it's up to you to tap in to recognize what's really happening and what you're getting prepared for.
Yes, yes. I love the way you put
Yeah.
that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I feel the same way. You feel me? I feel like transformations are endless. They
Yeah.
always happen. It's a constant growth. You're always on the road for greatness. I mean, and what really is greatness, guys? Think about it. Greatness is not something that somebody else can tell you what it is. It's not, because greatness is for each and individual person for self. I may
Yes.
think that getting this far up the mountain is greatness. And then the next person might think way up here be greatness. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
that's really low, that has never had anything and just grew to right here, they probably feel great. That's greatness for them. And
Yeah.
there's so many levels of greatness. And sis, in my opinion, you are greatness. You are
Thank
greatness. From reading this book and just hearing everything that you went through in your different situations and how you break it down.
you.
How you break it down is yo.
Yeah.
It's super dope. It's super
Thank
dope. And
you.
I was honored to be able to have a copy and read it, y'all. And one of the best parts, is she signed it. You probably can't see it in the camera too good because it's a little bit right there. She
Thank you.
signed it, and I was blessed by that. So if you guys ever want to send me a book, and by the way, I don't let anybody just send me books unless you just adamant about it. I purchased them. I purchased them.
Yes.
They were out here to purchase, so I purchased them. That's how you
Yes.
support
Yes.
people. We need support. If we give away a bunch of free stuff, we can't always continue our journey that we're on. So I'm
Exactly.
definitely about purchasing. I had to explain that to a young fella on one of my last episodes that I know you want to throw me a shirt if that was your thought process, but I don't care if you want to throw it to me or not. I'm gonna purchase it, brother. That's true
Right.
support. And hands down, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So about transformation, hashtag dig says, and I had a transformation and a transmutation. My transformation was on the outside, but my transmutation was on the inside. I was a womanizer before I had to raise 3 daughters.
Oh
That's
wow.
deep. Ooh, anything you want to say to him about that one?
I mean, thank you for sharing your truth.
Yeah,
You know,
that was a
but
good
I
one.
mean, at the end of the day, it's like from being a womanizer to three daughters. It's like at the end of the day, and I always say that, like when I have exes that have daughters, it's like you're gonna want to fight or beat up that man that's treating your daughter the same way that you're treating me. So it's like more so of him seeing himself in other women or behavior that he had to then now experience that with having kids. You know what I'm saying? Not saying like the behavior, but it's like now I have 3 daughters. So now I'm gonna want people to respect my girls. I'm gonna want men to, cherish them as I do because they're gonna get older. But how can you want that when you're womanizing other women? So
Yeah, yeah.
that was
Hey,
purposeful.
yeah, that was deep. Hey, hashtag big shout out to you for being authentic and transparent, brother. That's
Thank you.
real. I can we definitely should have an interview, man. I think we'll have a lot to talk about. A
Right.
lot to talk about because I definitely know where you're coming from as far as being a womanizer or whatnot. A lot of men go through that, and a lot of the times it's
It's
unintentional.
ego. It's ego.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's unintentional. It just kind of happens like that,
Ego.
But the best part about it, like you said, you had a transformation and you had a transmutation. So
Mhm.
that's a blessing. Big ups to you, brother. I'm super proud of you, and that's from myself, Just B, and the Just B Show, and I'm sure Kenya is proud of you as well.
I am. Thanks for
Yeah,
sharing.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so this is another reference to the book. Tell them what the S is about, sis.
Success, but not the way you think it's gonna be.
Not the way you think it's gonna be. So this is. Let's go to page 53.
Mm-hmm.
It's the very end of page 53. Actually, the very last sentence,
Mm-hmm.
and then the beginning of page 54.
Okay.
You talk about Formula 409. Now, most of us, we think Formula 409. We thinking about the spray. Tell them what Formula 409 is about, sis.
Okay. So 409 is the multi-surface cleaner that a lot of people have in their house, in their kitchen, in the bathroom. However, someone once told me this story and it stuck with me. And the way that I wrote my chapter of success is not all about the cars, the clothes, the big houses, but it's more so of trusting your process, believing in yourself, and being consistent and having perseverance. So I say all that to say the 409 bottle spray, okay, was invented by two Detroit scientists. And I love them for not giving up. And I say that because it took them literally 409 times to get this formula right. Now, a lot of us, have an idea, and we launch and we share with people things that we want to do, but when we don't reap the benefit, spontaneously, like instantaneously, like right then and there, we give up. And these two scientists, the creators of 409, did not give up after the second try, the third try, the 101st try, the 299th try, the 356th try. Like they literally kept going until they got the formula right. So I know we call it 409, but it's actually formula 409. And that's their backstory, is that they did not give up on their formula. It was like, it's just, my book is a y'all, my manuscript was not perfect. Like I was so embarrassed from printing out and giving away my first manuscript. The second one, the same. It took it, and it was crazy because I was transforming into an author. I went from being a journalist to knowing how to write, but authorship comes with a lot. It comes with an eye. It comes with editing. It was a development process for me in this book. But I say all that to say I didn't give up, regardless of my book being published. So Just Be has the master manuscript of my book. I was proud to give away those copies because I knew that I finally got it together, and that I won't, just be out here feeling like, oh, I'm embarrassing myself. I got all these typos. It was like the perfectionism in me was happening, but it was also something in me that was like, do not stop. If you know it's not right, if you know it's not to your liking, because people can see the beauty, because clearly a lot of people were seeing the beauty in my mistakes. And I was just like, oh, so they don't see that, they didn't miss that. So it was like, okay. But at the same time, I wanted to stay true, and I knew that I could do it, and I did it. And that's what they did with the formula, 409. I'm sure they probably said, oh, okay, but it ain't how we want it. And it took them to 409 times to have one of like the best cleaning sprays in the world. Like, we all know what it is, but that's where that name stems from, is having to perfect that formula 409 times.
Yeah. Big ups to you, sis.
Thank you.
Hey, if you watching, give her a round of applause. How we do that on social media? Likes, hearts, hearts. I want the wow. I want the laughs. This is a super enjoyable situation, man. I'm so proud of you, sis. I'm so proud of you.
Did you hear
This
me,
next,
with
huh?
I said I want the twerk clap.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Hey, if y'all don't follow me on TikTok, go follow me. It's Tick Just Be Talk. I got a twerk video in there.
I want the church clap. I want the church clap. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm super proud of you, sis. I got
Thank
one more
you.
question, and this question is actually it's for you and it's for the audience, man, all of the listeners. And then I just want to read this one particular thing out of your book with your permission. It's the first page, and then then we gonna
Yes.
yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm super. It made me feel so good, and just to know this tells it all,
Yes.
But first, I want to ask you and the listeners, man. They say when you truly love someone, let me put it on the screen so everybody can see it. They say when you truly love someone, it's an unconditional love. So, sister, do you love Kenya Sheats unconditionally?
Yes. And amen. That's why that self-love was so important to start off with. Because at that point I wasn't identifying with self-love, and it wasn't conditional. It was like my inner me was my enemy, and it was necessary for me to be on one accord to forgive myself and to heal. So I love myself through the good, the bad, and the ugly, because at the end of the day I went through different phases, but it made me who I am. Like I wouldn't be this person without the grace of God, without, falling, without, having to get back up, without any of the things that I went through. Just because moving forward, I know what to do. I know what not to do. I have much wisdom. I have much humility, and I'm walking with purpose. That's it. So do I love Kenya unconditionally. Yes, I do. That's my dog. Like, I am my own best friend, and I'm the only child, so I have to get along with me.
Yeah, that's my dog. That's
That's my
my
dog.
dog.
So
That's what
I
I'm
love
talking about.
me.
So
It's
what I'm gonna do for you, sis, is I'm gonna put you on the screen alone, and I just want to read this very first page number 1. With your permission, am I allowed to do that?
oh yes, my permission.
All right, sis, let's do it, man. And then I just want you to tell the people where they can find you, and I want you to give all your shout outs and all that good stuff. Let's get
Okay,
it, because I'm super proud of you about this first page.
thank you.
So if you guys are listening, again, make sure you contact Kenya Sheats and purchase her book, 100 Sheets of Kenya. I'm super proud of my sister, man, and she always reaches out. She always doing her walks and hiking, and I love that lifestyle. And
Thank
everything
you.
that she does is focused on self-love and bettering herself.
Yes.
Hands down, she's a dope soul, and I'm super proud of you, sis. I want you to know that again. Page
Thank
number
you.
1 of 100 Sheets of Kenya says this. The very first things it says is, speak it. It's something about having your own mind that scares people. Never be afraid to speak up for yourself. Speak it, speak it, speak it, speak it.
That's exactly how I said it.
I've grown to love my uniqueness. I appreciate and honor my authenticity. I dare to be different. I dare to follow Jesus. I dare to chase my dreams. I also dare to speak my mind in public places. My voice matters. Well, at least I know that now. I promise never to allow anyone to mute my voice. It is my God-given right to speak my piece and tell my story. I will not allow people to make me feel embarrassed or ashamed for speaking my truth. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of who I'm sorry, sis, for the rights of all who are destitute. And that's Proverbs 31:8.
Yes.
Sister, I am so proud of you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm always want to cry. Every time I read that page, at first when I started reading it, I couldn't get off of this first page.
Okay.
As a motivational speaker, my name was Just Be Speaks.
Yes.
So I resonated with this page. It meant the world. It meant the world to me. And thanks again for coming on the show. You're a blessing. You are a blessing to so many people. Thank you.
This was a real production, okay? Like, thank you, sir, and your creativity and using your black man magic, okay?
I like that.
Yes, I just came up with it. There it goes again.
Hey,
So
whoop, whoop.
I appreciate y'all. Please follow me at Kenya Sheats on Facebook. The World of Kenya, and it's because I got a lot going on. So the World of Kenya, or you can just go to kenyasheets.com. That's the best way.
Yeah. Make sure y'all go follow my girl Kenya Sheats.
Yes.
Again, thanks for coming on the show, y'all. Y'all better get y'all book. I'm just saying, always go in on the books. You feel me? It's that bright yellow. I like yellow. You feel me? It makes every time I look at it, it stands out because it's bright as hell.
That's what I wanted it to. The light.
Yeah, and it literally have my brand colors in it. If y'all paying attention, I got the blue. Like the same blue though. That's what's tripping me out. White and the same pink. So I feel like this was it was destined to happen. Again, I'm super proud of you, and I'm more proud of 100 Sheets of Kenya. Yo, that's super deep. Again, thanks for coming on the show, y'all. Thank you for watching. And always remember, y'all, love yourself. It starts with you. It starts with you. No obstacle can stop you. If you beat it here, you beat it here. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. A lot of the quotes that I live by, y'all, is inspire one to inspire all. Yes. Smile, laugh, and definitely motivate. If you can do that every day, you're golden. You're golden. Find something that makes you smile. Find someone that makes you laugh. And find others to motivate. And the most important one for me of all is love God and be better than yesterday. Yes. Always be on the forward movement. Sis, again, one more last time, thank you so much for joining me on the Just Be Show. I definitely appreciate you. Don't hang up, because when I end this, we're going to chop it up for a quick minute. Y'all, again, thank you for watching. And you can find the Just Be Show. You can go to thejustbeshow.com. That's the website. If you go to YouTube, it's the Just Be Show. Make sure you hit the little bell. Bing! so you can know when I'm dropping my next videos. I definitely appreciate you. Instagram is the.justbe.show. And Facebook, if you're on Facebook, well, obviously, you know, it's the Just Be Show. I love you guys. It's a blessing. And at this point, we out.